So K-pop Demon Hunters just dropped and the internet can't stop buzzing. Is this vibrant, glitter-heavy animation a sincere nod to BTS and BLACKPINK? Or something else entirely? The lines between tribute and ripoff have never been blurrier, and the stakes higher than ever. Let's peel back the glitter and dive deep into the hype, the drama, and everything in between. Stick around, you don't want to miss this. Let's jump in. First off, what even is K-pop Demon Hunters? K-pop Demon Hunters is a 2025 American animated musical fantasy film brought to life by Sony Pictures Animation. Yup, the same geniuses who brought us Spider-Verse, Nimona, and The Mitchells vs. the Machines. So yeah, expectations? Sky high. The movie hit Netflix on June 20th, 2025, and was directed by Maggie Kang and Chris Applehands, who also co-wrote the screenplay alongside a talented writing team. K-pop Demon Hunters actually originated from director Maggie Kang's personal creative vision. She wanted to craft something that blended her Korean heritage, K-pop culture, and folklore into a unique, high-energy visual experience. This was no quick cash grab. It's a heartfelt love letter wrapped in neon lights and demon-slaying action. By March 2021, Sony Pictures Animation had the full team on board, with animation done by Sony Pictures Imageworks. The style pulls from concert lighting, editorial photography, music videos, anime, and Korean dramas to give it that glossy, kinetic feel you see on screen. The soundtrack is packed with original songs from talented artists, plus a score by Marcelo Zarvos that adds emotional weight and drama to the mix. When the film dropped on Netflix on June 20th, 2025, critics loved it, praising everything from the animation and visual style to the voice acting, humor, and music. The soundtrack even cracked the top 10 on multiple charts worldwide. Even BTS members Jungkook and RM couldn't resist the hype. They've been spotted singing Soda Pop and more from K-pop Demon Hunters during their live streams. And get this, Jungkook actually watched the movie live on stream. When global superstars like that are vibing with your film, you know it's making some serious waves. Talk about a stamp of approval. So, what's the plot? Simple, yet wild. By day, the film follows a dazzling K-pop girl group called Huntrix, who dominate the music charts and own stages worldwide. But when night falls, these girls trade microphones for magical weapons and go demon hunting, fighting to protect their fans and the world from supernatural chaos. Their biggest competition? The Saja Boys, a rival boy band who, spoiler alert, are actually demons disguised as pop idols. Imagine BLACKPINK in stilettos, custom Louis Vuitton, slaying cursed spirits between concert dates, and you're halfway to picturing this movie's vibe. Huntrix's weapon of choice, music, energy, charisma, and maybe a few magical mic stands. It's the ultimate blend of pop culture fantasy and supernatural thriller. Sounds pretty awesome, right? But here's the twist. Not everyone's vibing with this concept. Some K-pop fans are throwing shade, saying the film copies BTS, BLACKPINK, and other big groups without giving them proper credit. Others think it's a fun, over-the-top homage to global K-pop culture. So, tribute or ripoff? Let's unpack this. The inspiration is very obvious Huntrix. The trio wasn't just randomly designed. They're practically love letters to K-pop girl groups like ITZY, BLACKPINK, and TWICE. According to director Maggie Kang, early inspirations came straight from the queens of swagger themselves, 2NE1 and BLACKPINK. You can totally see it in their attitude, styling, and that signature mix of confidence and chaos. As for the Saja boys, oh, they're pure boy band magic, which gives big-time BTS energy. Saja means lion in Korean, by the way. Coincidence? Probably not. Maggie also revealed that the group was also inspired by some of the big boy bands in the game: BTS, Tomorrow X Together, Stray Kids, ATEEZ, Big Bang, and Monsta X. Basically, if you mixed the style, charisma, and stage presence of all those boy bands into one powerhouse group, you'd get the Saja boys, and leading them, Jinwoo, the cool and confident frontman, whose look was modeled after none other than Cha Eun-woo. Yep, the visual king himself. Even the movie's teaser posters and early concept art are dripping with that signature K-pop aesthetic: pastel hair, neon outfits, high-energy stage lights, and of course, a fan base so passionate it might literally turn into a magical army. And yeah, the aesthetics are heavily inspired by K-pop's biggest icons. But is that a problem? Or just smart marketing? Okay, let's do a little compare and contrast. Inspiration? 100% obvious. Let's not kid ourselves. The creators of K-pop Demon Hunters clearly did their homework. The film oozes K-pop energy from every glitter-drenched corner. From the hair flips to the synchronized group poses, Huntrix and the Saja boys channel the exact glamour, intensity, and global obsession we see with real-world groups like BTS and BLACKPINK. It's not just about catchy tracks and flashy outfits, it's the whole idol package. Emotional vulnerability, aspirational aesthetics, carefully curated stage personas. It's all in there. And the way these characters interact with their fandom? Straight out of the K-pop playbook. They don't just perform for fans, they live for them. That deep parasocial bond K-pop stans know all too well, it's woven right into the plot. Tribute? That's the vibe the filmmakers are clearly going for. But this isn't just surface-level mimicry, it's a full-on celebration. The movie leans all the way into what makes K-pop magical. The dazzling visuals, electrifying choreography, and music that feels like a genre-blending, high-octane thrill ride. Huntrix's transformation scenes feel like live stage intros. The Saja boys, they basically teleport in like they're headlining a MAMA performance. And the fans? Oh, they're not just screaming in the crowd, they're central to the mission. These idols literally protect the world with their music as if fandom and performance can save the day. The film turns fandom and performance into a literal superpower. It's a sweet metaphor for how K-pop becomes a lifeline for fans worldwide. Ripoff? Not really. While the vibes are undeniably K-pop, the story is something else entirely. There are no one-to-one replicas of actual idols and no attempt to tell a real group story. Instead, we get an alternate universe where these stars moonlight as demon slayers with magical relics and secret missions. The world building is inventive, and the aesthetic, while drawing from K-pop, blends fantasy, cyberpunk, and high-concept mythology in a way that feels fresh. It's more of a genre remix than a ripoff. So while the vibes may scream BLACKPINK or BTS, the narrative stands on its own. What keeps this from being a straight-up clone is its actual plot. The demon hunting angle gives it an anime meets K-pop feel that's kind of new. It's not just backstage drama or dance practice. It's literal life or death battles, all while keeping the choreography on point. And unlike BLACKPINK or BTS, these characters are fictional. So no real-life scandals, no dating bans, no military enlistments, just pure high-stakes fun. Maggie Kang described the film as her love letter to K-pop and her Korean roots.
I think we have to credit Ian Eisendrath, our executive music producer, was just, I don't know, amazing. He's an amazing musician. He's also just an amazing person, great storyteller, really pushed us to think about story when we were talking music. I was like, music, why are we talking about all these hard story questions?
She purposely designed the characters to break away from the typical sexy and cool superhero trope, the polished Marvel look, and instead created girls who were fun, messy, and real. Think potbellies, burps, and crass humor, mixed with dazzling dance moves and demon-slaying action. So yeah, this movie isn't just another pretty face. It's a vibrant, heartfelt celebration of Korean culture and K-pop fandom, and that makes all the difference. In the US, the K-pop Demon Hunters soundtrack didn't just drop, it exploded onto the scene. It scored the highest debut of any 2025 movie soundtrack on the Billboard 200 and became the first of the year to break into the top 10. That's not all. It's also the biggest animated movie soundtrack on the chart since Metro Boomin's Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse back in 2023. And for Netflix, this is their first soundtrack to top the top soundtracks chart in almost 2 years. A total flex. The music itself is breaking records and hearts. BBC spotlighted Huntrix's Golden and Saja Boys' Your Idol for topping the US Spotify charts. Huntrix became the highest charting female K-pop group on the platform. Yup, even surpassing BLACKPINK. While Saja Boys made history as the highest charting male K-pop group ever on US Spotify, even leapfrogging BTS. Meanwhile, in South Korea, Golden snagged a perfect all-kill, the third of 2025. A mic drop, really. As with any hot new project, fans have gone full detective mode, digging into everything beyond the film, especially the voices behind the characters. But the real buzz? The inspiration behind those characters. Everyone's got opinions, but none hotter than the chatter around the movie's lead, Rumi. Yep, the comparisons to BLACKPINK's Jennie are everywhere. Fans are convinced Rumi's got Jennie vibes for days, so much so that rumors popped up about Jennie being the main muse for the character's design. Naturally, that got people talking and debating. Director Maggie Kang stepped up to clear the air. She explained that Rumi wasn't just inspired by Jennie alone. Oh no, she's a blend of tons of fierce female leads, both inside K-pop and beyond. Basically, the creative team said their well was endless. Kang totally gets why fans latched onto Jennie since she's a global icon, but it's definitely not a one-to-one copy. Of course, some Jennie stans weren't thrilled. They accused the movie of using Jennie's name for clout without proper credit. Meanwhile, plenty of other fans came to Kang's defense, saying it's all good and a natural part of fandom fun. And speaking of fandom fun, let's talk about the Saja boys, the rival boy band that's got fans buzzing just as much. People love to compare their fave idols to these fictional dudes, sparking some seriously spirited debates online. But here's a cool insider fact. The film's creators have actually named some real-life idols who helped inspire the Saja boys' look and vibe. Take baby Saja, for example. This little charmer was inspired by none other than BTS's Jimin, who's famous for his adorable cherubic features. One of the film's artists even shared that Jimin's cuteness was a major reference when bringing baby Saja and romance Saja to life. Fans also noticed Jinwoo resembles BTS's Jungkook, especially from the Boy With Love era. With the soft-parted hair, sparkly eyes, and effortless charisma, it's no surprise that the fandom started drawing parallels immediately. Social media is already buzzing with side-by-side edits and fan theories claiming Jinwoo might just be an animated love letter to Jungkook himself. While the creators haven't confirmed it, the similarities are hard to ignore, and let's be real. If you're going to borrow some inspo, why not go with golden machine visuals? The animation? Absolute eye candy. Think hyper-saturated music video visuals with kinetic action that flows like choreography. Every fight is a performance. Every transformation sequence is worthy of a standing ovation. If you've ever wished your faves could slay literally between tour dates, this is your multiverse moment. Musically, the film leans hard into the pop idol aesthetic. Banger tracks, fierce hooks, and yes, songs that double as magical shields. It's a clever metaphor for how music becomes armor for both idols and their fans. That's one of the film's quiet wins. It gets the emotional core of K-pop fandom. The devotion, the passion, the sheer ride-or-die energy that turns a song into a lifeline. It's cheesy, but it hits. Of course, the film's biggest flex is how meta it gets. Their stardom is part of the lore, and that's exactly how K-pop operates in real life. Not just music, but world building, branding, storytelling. The movie leans into that not to mock it, but to mythologize it. It turns pop stardom into a literal superpower. Now, not everyone's buying it. There are plenty of hardcore stans calling foul, saying the film rides too hard on BTS and BLACKPINK's backs without doing anything truly original. And look, they're not entirely wrong. The DNA is obvious. But what matters is intention and execution. And here, the creators seem to actually care. This isn't a marketing stunt in idol cosplay. It's a weirdly heartfelt mashup from people who clearly love K-pop, anime, and chaotic girl group energy. So, why are some fans mad? Here's the tea. K-pop fans are protective, and for good reason. Groups like BTS and BLACKPINK worked their way to the top through years of intense training, non-stop performing, and insane pressure. So when a Western studio borrows their aesthetic without acknowledging the grind, yeah, people get touchy. Some critics argue that Huntrix feels a little too familiar. The girl group's vibe, the fan base obsession, even the outfits. It's all stuff we've seen before, just animated and exaggerated. There's also the concern of Western studios profiting off K-pop's global rise without really understanding the culture behind it. It's like, are you appreciating it or just cashing in? As for the critics, they're loving it too. Rotten Tomatoes has the film sitting at a glowing 96% approval rating, with reviews calling it a high-energy, color-packed thrill ride that comes with a killer soundtrack. Even Metacritic gave it a solid 76 out of 100, labeling it generally favorable, which in critics speak is basically them cheering quietly in the back. The reception has been solid. Gen Z is eating it up like it's comeback day. TikTok edits of Huntrix are already trending. There's chatter about an official album, live event collabs, and even a potential franchise arc. And culturally, it's doing something sneakily smart. The film blends Korean folklore, we're talking tigers, spirits, and old-school myths, with modern stardom. It introduces global viewers to a version of Korea that's both ancient and hyper-modern, traditional and trend-setting. It's a cultural flex, and one that feels earned. Still, there's always a risk. As K-pop continues to globalize, Western studios are going to keep taking swings at K-pop content. Some will miss hard, some will oversimplify. But K-pop Demon Hunters at least attempts to meet fans where they are. It doesn't dumb it down, it dials it up. Bottom line, this isn't some soulless cash grab. It's a bold, sparkly tribute with teeth. Yes, it borrows. Yes, it exaggerates. But it also celebrates, elevates, and most importantly, entertains. Whether you are an ARMY, Blink, or just love a good monster fighting makeover scene, this film is serving everything, everywhere, all at once, with a choreo breakdown. So is K-pop Demon Hunters a ripoff or a reverent remix? Let's call it what it is, a glow-up of fandom dreams. And if you've ever screamed over a comeback teaser or cried during a Bias's solo stage, you'll feel right at home in its chaos. So, tribute or ripoff? Honestly, it feels more like a tribute with a lot of glitter and maybe a little bit of creative license. Yes, it's borrowing heavily from BTS, BLACKPINK, and the whole K-pop wave, but it's not pretending to be real. It's fantasy, it's animated chaos, it's tongue-in-cheek. And for many fans, it's a chance to see their favorite genre reimagined in a completely different way. So, unless the movie drops, and it turns out Huntrix has a member named Jungkook who loves wearing Jungkook's exact outfits, we're calling it bold tribute. So, is K-pop Demon Hunters the tribute fans have been waiting for, or just a flashy remix riding the coattails of BTS and BLACKPINK? Whatever you think, it's definitely stirring up the fandom, and that's what makes it worth watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more hot takes and all things K-pop. This one's definitely worth a watch. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you next time for more deep dives and hot takes.